Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, students. Hope so you are fine. As we have started our chapter number 10, that is electricity and magnetism, in which we discuss about the voltage, resistance, current, and we have studied about the electric power, fuse, and its uses, earth wiring, what it is. Today we are going to discuss our topic, that is the use of electromagnet. As you know that what is electromagnet? Basically, an electromagnet is a type of magnet in which the magnetic field is produced by the electric current. Or you can say that simply electromagnet are basically the magnets that are created when there is a current flowing through the coil in a wire. So that is called the electromagnet. What is electromagnet? That I told you. It is I'm going to tell you the definition again, that it is basically the type of temporary magnet which is created when the current is flowing through the coil. Electromagnet attracts the iron objects. As you know that iron is made up of metal, so it attracts the metal object. Due to this property that they are used in a large number of electrical devices. That devices are called the electromagnetic devices. For example, doorbells, generators, motors, headphones, and loudspeakers, relay, solenoid, and you can say that it is also used in data storage devices like tape recorder, hard disks, etc. These are basically electromagnetic devices. Moving towards further, what is basically electric bell, how it is, what it's working, and it is consist of gong, here it is a coil, switch, screws, battery, and having a metal arm. You can say that another name for the metal arm is a striker. As you know that a coil, basically it is made up of, a coil is wound with a wire, so having a switch button connected with a battery, screws, and the metal arm and the gong as well. What is gong? That it is a circular piece of metal which is used to produce the sound when it is hit by the hammer. Moving towards how it works. So in an electric bell, as you know that when push button or a switch is pressed, so what will happen? That is the electric current will flow through the circuit. So electric circuit is completed and the current start flowing through the coil. What is coil? As I told you, that is made up of wire. So coil becomes electromagnet and attracts the spring metal arm instantly. When the current flow through this circuit, so the coil attracts the metal arm. This one is metal arm. It attracts the metal arm instantly. What will happen next? The hammer, which is attached to the metal arm, strikes the gong of the bell and the bell produces the sound. So when this metal arm hit this gong, so it produces a sound. In doing so, the metal arm is detached from the screw. So what will happen next? The electric circuit break and the current stop flowing. So no current will flow when the metal arm is detached from the screw. The coil is no longer electromagnet and the metal arm moves back and comes in contact with this screw. Now you can see this. These are basically the screws in which when the no current pass through the circuit, the coil is no longer electromagnet. So the metal arms move back and comes in contact with this screw. This completes the circuit actions again and again, and action is repeated again. So the hammer continues to strike the gong as long as the push button is kept pressed. So when the switch is pressed, so the metal arm starts working and it will hit the gong. So if it will hit the gong, the sound is produced. Again, I'm going to tell you. So, if in doing so, the metal arm basically detach when the sound is produced, the metal arms it detach from the screw, and the electric circuit break. No current will flow through the circuit, and the metal and the bell will not ring. So the coil is no longer. It will not remains an electromagnet. So the metal arms will move back and forth and contact with the screw. This basically, again, I am telling you, it completes the circuit again and the action is repeated again and again. So the hammer continues to strike the gong. And what is the function of gong? It is, as I told you, it is a circular piece of metal wire which is used to produce the sound when it is hit by the hammer. So the hammer continues to strike the gong as long as the push button is kept pressed. Okay. So as you can see that the sound will hear through the electric bell, how the temporary magnet creates the sound. Important topic this is. You have to learn and memorize this topic. Even also you have to draw the circuit diagram in your copy, draw and label it properly. Is there any confusion in this topic? You may ask a question. Okay student, then see you in next video. Allah Hafiz.